Hello and welcome to BeWorship. Today we're going to talk about dyslexia and music. Hello, do you have problems with sight reading, organizing information, remembering instructions? Do you have problems with decoding and transposing information that you see on the sheet and getting it out to your hands? I do. I've been spent all my life as an undiagnosed dyslexic. Growing up, I had problems at school, and I didn't understand why. Things just didn't make sense. I can get the information, and once I got it in my head, it's not going anywhere. It's there. I know it, and I can be tested on it, and everything's fine. It was just how I processed the information was the problem. The best way I heard it explained to me with a average person's mind is that they see the information on the sheet, goes through their eyes, and goes straight to that part of the brain that decodes the information and sends it to wherever it needs to be. With a dyslexic, what happens is we see the information, music, goes through our eyes, and takes a long way around our minds to get to where it needs to go so that we can decode it and get it out to our hands. That causes lag. We know what lag is through gaming and whatnot, and music production. You see it, and it takes a little bit longer to get to where it needs to go. In a live situation, transposing music would be an excellent example. You're told just before the next service, alright, we're going to get a different singer. They sing much higher, so we're going to have to go up a couple steps. Average person would be able to think of that, see the music, and transpose it on the spot. The dyslexics, depending on the severity of how much you're suffering with it and the severity of your dyslexia, it could lag just a little bit or going to lag a lot. With me, I just get confused. It's just the way it works. Now, what can you do about that? One of the best tools that I got was memorization. I would memorize my work that I had to do for school and all that, and come Sunday I get my planning center will have the music that we're going to be playing. I see the songs, and I'll go and do the research and learn the parts, and I'll memorize every section of it and when to play it and when not to. Now, if you ask me a couple weeks after that Sunday that I just played, what songs did I play, I'm probably not going to remember. Like I said, just the way it is. But I'll be scheduled for another Sunday, and we're playing the same song. It's just a matter of just hearing it, and I can draw it back out of my mind. We memorize things, and it just stays locked up there. Color coding is another way. We use a multisensory approach to organizing our music and whatnot. Color-coded notes from A to G. That don't ever change it. A is a certain color, B is a certain color, and you'll be able to look at it and you'll see what notes you need to play. There are color-coded staff papers, musical staff papers, and color-coded tab papers. For me, I prefer tab. Music is really easy to get messed up in my mind because I will see the music written on the sheet, but the notes will slowly start compressing together, and then it just becomes a confusing mess. With tablature, I can see exactly what notes I'm going to be hitting on which string. That's a great tool in itself. Record instructions. We all have cell phones. I'm sure we all have a cheap MP3 player sitting somewhere in the house in a box that has a record function. When people are giving you instructions, record it. That way you can play it back to yourself and write down what you need to do and learn it and memorize it. The most important thing to do is speak to your worship leader. It's no use getting angry and upset and confused and wanting to quit the band because things are hard because your worship leader doesn't know that you have a learning disability. The best thing I ever did was talk to my worship leader, and I had to explain to him that I had a learning disability. I can't transpose on the fly like everybody else, and that I needed time to get the music and memorize it. Now, that doesn't make me a bad musician. Um, it just means I have to prepare more for the service. Alright? You can do the same thing. And just because we have dyslexia doesn't mean we're broken or that we're dumb or we're stupid. It just means that we learn a different way and we process information a different way. And we just have to do it our way and make our workarounds. Dyslexia can cause a lot of severe issues with people and tear down your confidence and make you feel like you're not even worthy of anybody's attention. But if you understand what it is and learn and use tools to help work your way around things, most people won't even know. That being said, there's some great resources now in this day and age, a lot more than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we didn't even have the internet. Now we do. You could do a simple Google search, dyslexia music, and you'll have all kinds of things popping up. All sorts of resources of what you can do to be a musician with dyslexia. One of the top people that are in that field is the British Dyslexia Association. They have a whole section on their website dedicated just to music and musicians. That I suggest that you go look them up. They have a blog, BD Music and Dyslexia.blogspot.com. All kinds of great information. Everything from little kids all the way up to us full-grown adults. Just remember that you feel the burning in your heart to be a worship musician. It's you eat, you sleep, you think, you dream. Music, worship. It's a God-given desire that He's put into your heart. He's also given you the tools to do it. Dyslexia doesn't have to be a roadblock to stop you from answering the call and going on to a music ministry. If you want something bad enough, you will work hard enough to get it done. A great example I could use is in my own personal life. Like I said earlier, I struggled with school. It wasn't because I was stupid. I understood what they were saying after I got it into my head and processed and organized the information. It's just that the way they were had it organized wasn't working with the way I processed information. I went to college several years ago, a long time ago actually, way back in 2000, actually 1999. I went to college to become an industrial mechanic millwright. That's what I do now. I'm a millwright. I work in a steel mill, and it's a great job. And I work at a great company, and I got some really good buddies there. I wanted to graduate with honors because I never did that good in school. I was not a straight A student. All my good grades were like in art, you know. It's just the way it is. So I worked hard, and I found ways to learn and understand and process and organize that information to become a millwright, so that I could be a millwright, and so that I could get that honors tag put on my all my certificates and my diplomas and degrees. I worked for it, I worked hard for it, and I earned it, and I got it. I just had to go a different route than other people did. I had to write down whole chapters so that I was processing the information 3 times, not just reading it and say, oh, okay. I actually get hands, as an apprentice, you get a lot of hands-on. So I got my hands on the stuff that I was studying, and I was able to process that. When all was said and done, at the end of the apprenticeship and the college courses, I did graduate with an extremely high grade point average. I think it was like 98% over all my courses, and that's the college level math, physics, mechanical and electrical theory, machining, welding, everything. Everything I did, I passed with an extremely high grade point average, which is needed to get your honors degree, to become an honors graduate. But I did it. So don't let people say because you're dyslexic that you're stupid, or that you're unusable, or that you're broken. We're not broken, alright? Any thought of that, push it out the door. because God put it in you to become a worship musician. He wouldn't have done that if we couldn't do it. Alright? You're not dumb, you're not stupid, you're not broken. Pray over it, find the information, talk to people, and people will work with you. So remember, on Sunday, being a worship musician isn't just playing that music on Sunday. It is a lifestyle. So be worship, and God bless you all.